Swimming has a reputation for not being fun and not allowing a lot of fun, not allowing a lot of emotion, and kind of expecting athletes to just be quiet and not make too much noise and not draw too much attention to themselves. And even if the person next to them is one of the worst people on the planet, they could have committed crimes and are still being tried for those crimes, but are somehow still swimming in their race. You have to lean over and give them a hug, even if they beat you in that race. That's kind of the brand that we have created over time in this sport. And I think sportsmanship is incredibly important in swimming. Let me go ahead and address that before we get into the rest of the video, which in this video, we are talking about a situation where Owen Lloyd, an NC State swimmer, a distance swimmer at NC State, and one of the nicest kids that I've ever had the opportunity to converse with via DM. I've never met Owen in person, but I really feel like I don't need to know the type of person that Owen is. I've gotten to talk to him just a little bit, and he seems like just a kid that really loves this sport, wants this sport to be fun, and has a lot of really good opinions on it. Well, Owen was swimming the mile at ACC's. He swam the mile, went 14:37.0 in the mile, a 14.5-minute race. Got up on the lane line after he finished the race, started celebrating, fell over into his teammate Ross Dance Lane, who finished the race 2 seconds after Owen finished the race. Fell into his lane. Ross was like, you're crazy. What are you doing? Like, celebrated, gave him a little head shake type thing, and then that was it. But Owen Lloyd got disqualified for interfering with another swimmer during the race, or some kind of verbiage like that, because someone else in that mile heat was still swimming. Okay, 14:37 in the mile is fast as hell. That is a fast mile time. There are going to be a lot of people that are still going to be swimming for a minute plus after Owen would have finished that race. That's just the way the mile works. In the 50, everybody's done. You can't get up on a lane line and celebrate fast enough to get DQ. You really can't. In the 100 free, you really can't. In the 200 IM, maybe Leon Marchand could. Maybe Kate Douglas, maybe Gretchen Walsh in some 100s and 200s. But in the mile, you could have a full minute where if our rule is you have to wait until someone finishes swimming to get up on the lane line, to do whatever, to celebrate all your hard work, you got to wait a full minute. What do you want him to do? Sit there with his legs crossed and start cheering for the guy that's not done yet? That would, in my opinion, that would be worse. That would be far worse. If I'm swimming the mile and I got beat by a minute, first of all, if you beat me by a full minute in the mile, if you beat me by 30 seconds, if you beat me by 10, get up on the lane line while I'm still swimming. In my eyes, I deserve that. If you have enough time to get up on the lane line, celebrate, and fall into somebody else's lane before I'm done swimming, that is on me. I should be swimming faster. That's my opinion on it, from someone who, in various situations, swimming in the Pac-12 would have had that happen to me. By all means, go ahead and celebrate. So Owen Lloyd got disqualified. Everyone was walking around. He was about to get interviewed. And then over the speaker, they announced that he was disqualified for crossing into another person's lane before the race was over. Ross Dant puts on a headset. I'll try to play some of that audio now.
This is a strange one, I know, for you. Congratulations on one hand. Do you have any idea what happened and your emotions right now?
I think that's the dumbest rule in swimming. Owen beat me fair and square. He should be on that toe of the podium. He was excited. That's a huge win for him, right? He earned that, and that's his emotion, right? That's what we get in the sport of swimming when we do well. We train all year for a moment like that, and to have him disqualified, I think, is the dumbest thing ever.
Do you mind if
He works so hard every day. He is going to be on that #1 trophy. I am not going to stand up there.
And just essentially defended the fact that he didn't win that race. He was not obstructed. His ability to finish the race was not hindered. He said, I didn't win this race. I will not be accepting that gold medal. Owen Lloyd will be getting that gold medal. I will not be on the podium. The podium situation was super weird. They were kind of like a couple people there, a couple people not. Fourth place, I believe, was an NC State swimmer who just didn't show up, which is sick. That's awesome. Like, no, I'm not going to go show up. My teammate beat me. I'm not going to go stand on the third place podium. I think that's sick. Ross Dant stood up for him. Now, the rule in this situation, like I said, you have to wait until you finish, whatever. But the way that it is prepared or presented on paper is interfered with someone else during like a live race or something like that. In this situation, why isn't Ross Dant's lane closed? Owen Lloyd didn't interfere with anyone else's ability to finish this race. I posted a swim swam comment, actually, after making this Instagram reel that I was a little bit charged in.
Congratulations, swimming. You've done it again. I didn't think it was possible.
By the way, the perception from people was 100% positive, pretty much 100%. I had a few people that said, hey, like, I don't know if I agree with this. Cool. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. This is the first time in history that swimming has had a little bit of a opinion battle outside of like, where should my hand be on the catch? Like, we're starting to evolve here a little bit, and I think it's a great thing for the sport. I had a couple people say, you know what, I don't agree with that. But I had a couple people that were arguing, like we just talked about, we should have to wait until everyone is done swimming. Okay, hypothetically then, put me in this ridiculous situation where I'm at NCAAs, I'm swimming for Arizona State. I just know these two teams. I'm swimming for Arizona State, and Cal puts 4 swimmers into the A final, and I'm in lane 8. I go into that situation, I'm like, I'm not going to beat these guys. I know myself, I'm not going to beat these guys. We've got 5 guys in the B final. Man, I wish it was flip-flopped. Well, you know what? Hear me out. It's a 400 IM. What if I'm coming into the wall while those guys are waiting and waiting and waiting because they just want an NCAA title and they want to celebrate. They want to celebrate. I come into the wall. Ooh, didn't quite finish. Didn't quite hit the touchpad. Cal guys start celebrating. They're high-fiving. They're getting out of the water. They're hugging. Bink. I hit the touchpad. You're all DQ'd. You celebrated before I finished. This rule is flawed. This rule is incredibly flawed. And my opinion on this is if you are swimming, especially in a distance race, because this rule is a little bit discriminatory against people that are swimming the 1650 or the 1000 or the 400 IM or races where you can get, you know, a little bit of a gap between first and 8. You cannot make someone sit there and wait. You cannot expect someone to wait until everybody is done. That is unfair. Bottom line, it is unfair to make someone sit there and bottle up their emotions like we love to do in swimming. Bottle them up. Don't let it out. Nope. Hug your friend, hug your rival, be happy, smile at the camera. Don't make too much noise. It's stupid. Bottom line, it is stupid. This should be a judgment call that refs should get to make. And on top of that, I believe that teams should be allowed to protest because I guarantee you, maybe I can't guarantee you because I'm not anyone that was in that heat. I guarantee you, if you went up to the coaches that are in this heat that aren't NC State coaches and said, do you want Owen Lloyd DQ'd? I guarantee you 0% of them would say, yeah, DQ him for falling into his teammate's lane who finished 2 seconds after him in a 1650 where Owen Lloyd went fast, won an ACC title, and then got it stripped away from him because we are so archaic in swimming that we can't allow people to have even the slightest amount of fun. And this is an important part of the video. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you. When I started talking about this, I'm sweating, I'm getting worked up. When I started talking about this to one of my friends, I broke it down very simply. Very simply. And if you're from another sport and you're still around for this video, please comment your thoughts on this when I break this down for you simply. Owen Lloyd won a race, got up on a lane line, and fell this way. And we DQ'd him and took away his ACC title. Not a 15-yard penalty, not a warning, not anything. We took away an ACC title from a miler who fell the wrong way on the lane rope. Swimming is a really hard sport to celebrate in. Really hard. You're in the water. You're down here. Slapping the water. You can't do much, right? Get up on the lane line. That's us trying to allow ourselves to have a little bit of fun. It's hard to celebrate from down here. Get up on the lane line. Those lane lines are sturdy. Great. I haven't seen one break at the Olympics or NCAAs or anything like that. Get up on there. A little bit more exposure. A little bit of camera time. Build your brand. Falls the wrong way. DQ. Now, you open up taunting. You open up like a directed celebration towards a team that you have like, maybe things are getting a little bit heated. Sure, maybe we can start to talk about that. But this isn't bat flipping in baseball where you fling your bat in the direction of someone else's dugout. This isn't someone standing at home plate watching a home run, waiting for it to land, waiting for someone to run all the way back around, a little kid to run all the way back around, pick up that baseball, throw it back to him, throw it up to himself, hit another home run, and then run around the bases again. This is a guy that got up on the lane line and fell the wrong way and didn't obstruct with anybody else in the heat. This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in swimming. If you are 16 years old, 17, 14, 18, 24, if this pisses you off, maybe we need to start getting some of our bodies into these situations where we're wearing the white polo and we're making the decision on whether or not Owen Lloyd gets DQ'd for having a little bit of fun. Yeah. I wanted to make this video 14 and a half minutes long, just like for fun, just a little Easter egg, but I think I'm done. Once again, if you don't understand swimming and you're not a swimmer, thank you for being here. I know that our sport is probably even more confusing now that we have DQ'd someone for doing this, but like the video for Owen Lloyd. Owen, if you're watching this, congrats on going 14:37. I will mail you a gold medal that I go and buy from a store in the mail if you drop your address in my Instagram DMs. I'm serious. I will. So do it. Dare you. See ya.